Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a great holidays. Today we're going to announce the winners of the giveaway. And look, there were a lot of entries and it was very hard to decide some of the best stories that we liked. We liked a lot of them. But only 7 can win, and there were also 3 lucky draw ones at the end. So we'll announce them there. But today we're going to go through all the winning stories and we'll tell you what they won and just kind of bask in the vibes, right? Bask in some of the nice, the cool stories. We selected a few from like I think every single, not really the genre, but you know,
different kinds of stories,
different kinds of stories.
Variety.
That's right, a bit of a variety. But I think the main thing that kind of brings them all together is that most of them are just on how good the community is.
Yes.
And how like how friendly everyone is, or like people just learning new things, getting out of their shell, right? Very, very cool. I like all of those kinds of stories. So yeah, unfortunately we couldn't give everyone a prize, but yeah, we will be talking about the ones that we picked today. And thank you Brushroot as well for giving us the opportunity to give things out, right?
And thank you guys for submitting the awesome stories. It was
right,
a treat to read.
That's right. Now I'm gonna, on top of reading the story, I will read the nickname that you guys submitted, so you'll know like how you win. But Brushroot will be contacting you via email on more details, right? So just keep an eye out for that and make sure the email you submitted was correct. Because if not, then bad luck.
Well, yeah.
So let's get started with the first one. This first submission was from Zitro B Dark, and they win a box of BTO6, so Blazing Dragon Reborn. Right, so congratulations. This one was about, this one's a nice one. This is a nice wholesome one. So let's get started. So when I started this game, I was at school waiting for my mother to pick me up from class. I was in first grade. First grade. It's a while ago. The teacher who was watching over us put on a DVD, and it was the Cardfight Vanguard DVD that Bushu gave to stores when you buy a trial deck.
Oi, that's
a while ago, right? That's a while ago. At first, I really didn't care much about it. The teacher asked me if I would be interested in playing Vanguard with her and lent me a deck. It was the Gold Paladin Garmor trial deck. I remember getting that.
That's OG, right?
That was OG.
Yeah.
OG. She was teaching me the rules along the way, like the Kai and Aichi fight. I wasn't able to beat her Narukami trial deck. That kind of frustrated me a bit. A few weeks of defeats and some surrenders because my mother arrived to pick me up, right? Gotta go home. I went to my card shop and decided to buy the same Gold Paladin trial deck so I could practice at home, and the store also gave me the same DVD. Once I got the hang of the playstyle of the deck, I asked for a rematch and was finally able to play as equals and was able to win a match. I got so excited and got hooked on this game and the anime series. So, wow, that's
very wholesome.
That's a good. It's
the DVD, man.
The DVD, you know. As time passed watching the series on YouTube, I saw the Shadow Paladin clan for the first time, and it motivated me so much on building that deck as my main clan. I asked my mother if I could buy 2 boxes of BTO4.
BTO4, let's go.
Sadly, I wasn't able to get any PBD, Phantom Blaster Dragon, right? And I only got 2 Blaster Darks. So I just kept playing with that and Dark Metal Dragon as my main grade 3 boss. I went to my first local tournament with that deck and I got wrecked. Nothing new like when I was playing with a teacher, and it's like that even when I got PBO and BTO5 onwards. I made new friends from the store who I still play with until today.
Oof, that's a long time.
Yeah. When TD10 and BT12 were released, I built Raging Form with Mordred Phantom. With that, I risked my first time in a big tournament. Risk my first time? Just give it a go, right?
It is a bit of a pressure when you walk in.
True. And for the first time, I got top 8 in a TCG tournament. Not long after, I also won my first local weekly tournament with the same deck. So everything that has happened since I started the game, my teacher teaching me, my first local game, opening packs, the friends I've made, the first big event and local victory achievements, I consider these as some of my favorite experiences, and hopefully it never ends. Thank you, Busher, for everything you've given me with this game, and stand up Vanguard. Yeah. I think that's a cool story, you know? I remember way back I think me and you, we played way back, right?
Yeah,
You-
set 1, set 2.
I think we traded Paladin decks. At some point, you had a Paladin deck too, and you playing, I think, Dark Dictator, right?
Dark Dictator.
OG Dark Dictator.
Yeah.
Right?
Dark Metal Dragon. That's a vibe, man.
That's an old card. I'll put that way, right? So, congratulations, you should be Dark. You win a BTO 6 box, and hopefully you continue playing, right? So,
Yes.
good stuff.
Thank you.
The next submission was from Bosun, all right, and he also wins a BTO 6 booster box.
Okay.
And by the way, these awards were given out randomly. We determined these randomly, so yes.
Gotcha, guys.
You're gotching for some boxes.
Okay, set 6 is good.
Yeah, BTO 6. I think after this is BTO 5 and FGO boxes. So maybe some Vanguard players will be winning some white straws, but hey,
not?
It's a
Good game.
Good time to get into it. So this is from Bosun. This year has probably been the best and the hardest year I've had since I started playing Vanguard back in 2012. Right. So I think we have a lot of these. I think thinking back as well for us, 10-year players. Right. This is like 10th year of Vanguard. A lot of us have been playing for a very long time. So yeah, it's hard to believe I've been playing this game for 10 years. Exactly.
What he said.
I started watching this anime and loved it, but stopped because I never thought the cards would come to English.
That was the time. That was, yeah.
That is very relatable because the funny thing is we also started playing the Japanese
It was always
format.
JP, yes.
JP format, and then we transitioned to the English format.
Even the start of English, we were a bit skeptical, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I went off to college in 2011 and found a local game store selling BT01.
That's pretty cool local.
I immediately bought the Aichi starter deck. Basic, I know, but I love Paladins. Vanguard was the first ever major tournament I went to, and I've had so much fun and met so many people ever since. Anywhere I would go, I would want to show people the game. Regional weekends are some of my favorite times. The closest regionals to us is in Georgia, so we would always make a weekend of it. Eat a ton of curry bread, Korean barbecue, hot pots or buffets. Those weekends would just lift you up when the times were hard. You could put school work, family drama away to play your favorite game with your friends, which is true, right? I think those are usually some of the best times.
Yeah. Right? I think that's something like a phase for a lot of people, and then you start to get into like the rituals, right? The yearly
yearly trip to places. That made it very hard when the world shut down in 2020. It was the traveling and spending time with friends that I loved the most, and all that was taken away. I don't enjoy remote or online fights. I love being able to interact and play with others in person. Even in 2019, I spent 2 weeks traveling from Germany to Poland and brought my Loire deck with me, just in case I found any local tournaments or a card shop. It's my first time ever in Europe, and I knew there were good players out there. When everything shut down, it was honestly Different Fight's passion for the game and his love for it in his videos that kept me interested in 2020. I don't watch a lot of content creators, but from there I started watching him, Solom, and WCC. Thanks. Now I can't wait for a video to come out. Between 2020 and 2022, a lot of changes happened locally. Many people quit the game or moved away. Big changes in my life too. I quit being an elementary school teacher and went into tech working for the government. With my new job, I got many experiences traveling around the country, and everywhere I went, I brought my deck with me for a chance to play. I'm not gonna lie, I bring my deck with me as well to places when I travel.
To work, to the office?
Sometimes we'll have to go somewhere else. Right?
Yeah, true.
I think this guy would know. I'm the guy carrying the giant bag with everyone's deck in it, right? Well, they all get they don't have to pay for check-in baggage, right?
Sure.
This last year I've been to California, Texas, Virginia, and all around my own state, South Carolina, and I've met even more people and had some great games. And not only that, we finally got in-person events back this year. I think my team and I were just so happy we ended up taking second place at Standard BSF Georgia this last spring with the team Beastie Boys. With BCS singles coming up, I really worked hard to plan and practice because I've always done well in teams, but I have no big singles accomplishments. I spent the summer watching hours of gameplay and a ton of analysis from content creators. Solom Vanguard's Road to World was a big inspiration. That is actually a really good.
It's a very good video.
Yeah, really good video. And after all that, I was able to get third place in Standard at BCS Georgia. And now for the very first time, I'll be competing in Worlds. But I'm just not in Japan this year, so that just means I have to win to go there again next year.
Yeah,
right?
that's the spirit.
Good mindset, right? Near the end of 2021 and early 2022, my Vanguard locals were not looking good. We're lucky if we got 3 or 4 people. We had closer to 60 to 20 before 2020. We only had one shop to support the game. I've taken the lead in helping get tournaments organized. We've been simply growing. Also, my team getting second and me getting third also really helped to bring out more competition locally. We now get anywhere between 11 to 16 people every week, and starting January 8, 2023, we have a second shop supporting Vanguard and hosting events. I'm looking forward to seeing our community grow even more and to meet so many people at Worlds and have some truly amazing and fun games. That is a great story, right? I think I really relate to, like, COVID happening.
Parts, yes.
Yeah, a lot of things happening. COVID happening as well. Feeling bummed out. Something you can't go outside, and then when sometimes when you go to your shop, it wasn't as big as before. But I think when we go to like going to the BCSs and all that, we see a lot of it kind of recovering as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sort of come back. They just did a bit of that tiny bit of kick just to get back into it.
Yeah, that's right.
But also like COVID is harder for everything.
Yes.
And I get the whole physical is a lot better. But at the same time, I think it also gives us a bit of introspection, right? Like, what do we actually
like? What we missed,
yes.
right? What we missed.
You really don't feel it until it hits you in the face.
You take it for granted. You take in-person events for granted and all that, and suddenly you just don't get it for 2 years.
Yes.
Right, and then once it's back, I think there's a lot of people just go, I just want to go. Right? I just want to travel. I know a lot of people travel a lot actually for this. So it's very, very cool. So thanks for the story, Bosun. You win a BTO 6 box.
BTO 6 box, yes.
Dragon Ball.
And this is a prime example of you just stick with it, you put your effort in, you spend the time in it, and hey, you know what? I think it will come back.
The traveling with cards, man.
Yes.
Traveling
with cards. It's that's a vibe.
That's real, right? That's real. Next we have is Papati Sahati. This one's a nice short one. My first experience of Schwartz was when I bought my first Persona 5 display. They were pretty much sold out everywhere. So I think that's it's just a thing, right? I don't think it's cards, or is it like a display?
I'm not sure if it's the supply set or maybe it's just the name for
a merchandise. Maybe it's some merchandise. Right?
Could just be a booster box.
Yeah. Then I went to my locals and found some leftover Persona 5 boosters there. I didn't mind anything, but I bought one pack, drew the signed Joker, and traded it, right?
What?
Even though he was my first love for cards that would complete my deck and played my first tournament with it. So I have to say this is the hustle. This is the actual hustle.
The things that you must do.
Trading one SP for an entire deck, all right? Signed Joker was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It was but
being able to play
having,
right?
Yeah,
you
can't play with just one signed card.
That's right. I'll never forget this memory. I still have the deck until this day, and I still love to play it. So yeah, that's it. That's. I think we all understand the hustle. You have to trade cards. I think trading is kind of a forgotten thing nowadays, right? Everyone just you
gotta remember, it's a trading card game.
That's right. And
the sentiments, cracking stuff. I think it is really special. Especially your early entry into the game. So, yes.
So because you got a good hustle, Papati, you win an FGO box.
Ooh.
Right. So congratulations.
More hustles.
More hustle. Right. More hustle. There we go. You could crack another sign and trade it for an FGO deck. So we have Trashman next. You win an FGO box. Okay. So his story was, my favorite experience involving Busho TCGs is probably the moment I learned about Cardfight Vanguard. My friends and I were sitting around and clicked on a random episode of anime. It happened to be a very late episode of Cardfight Vanguard G. We were joking around and didn't really care about what we put on TV, but somehow all three of us ended up paying attention to a card game anime battle for a game none of us had even heard of. Okay. That's good. G was pretty good.
Yeah, G was pretty good. Yeah, the story was just biting.
After the episode, we Googled the game and came across some really cool and some really adorable card arts. We went to the early episodes of the anime and were really happy to find out that the early episodes were about the game rules, people opening packs and attending local tournaments. So down to earth, and it was the perfect way for us to help learn the game, right? After that, we started buying packs and decks. Despite all three of us being college age, We grew up playing other card games for fun. Nobody had ever attended a shop tournament before. Found a nearby store that ran Vanguard tournaments weekly, and we started going all the time. 2022, several years after we first started playing Vanguard, the three of us finally went to a Bushrod event and played as a team for Bushrod Springfest. So, all right, that's good.
Cool.
That's good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the college age part was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of we have players who start from a young age, but for some of us, we're getting pretty old. I'm not gonna...
But it's also like, you've seen some card games, but you never really like immerse yourself, like, try to play it, or
I think
not even competitive, just playing it or knowing the rule.
Yeah, I think there's like a different. It's different when you're playing like card games when you're a kid, and also when you're as like a young adult, right? Or even an adult, right? You just have a different mindset, a different approach to things. You also have a lot more spending money, so you can kind of just get what you want, right? So yeah, thanks for sharing the story. You win FGO box. You can get into Y Shorts next, right? So congratulations.
It's another exciting game.
Next we have is Jim. All right, Jim wins a BTO 5 box, and his story is, during my 20s, I worked at my local Boys and Girls Club of America as the technology director for the site. It's just a fancy title for the person in charge of the computer lab.
Relatable.
I actually found out about Vanguard from one of my club members, a teenager named Drake. He told me about this new card game he was into, and that he had no one to play it with locally. So Drake asked if I was interested in learning. He asked what kind of creatures I liked in a card game, and I responded with Nitro Dragons, since they were the archetypes I would build when I used to play other games. The next day, he approached my desk and placed a deck of Cardfight Vanguard cards in front of me. As he explained the rules, Drake instructed me to thumb through the cards and ask any questions in regards to how effects work, if I needed assistance deciphering any symbols littered around the creature art or text box. I looked at one of the boss cards he told me about the deck, Dragon Monk Goku. That was my first deck. That was my first Vanguard deck. I'm not just throwing that out there. Then he said to check out the last card of the pile, and that's the one I want to ride. Dragonic Overlord looks cool, I said, as I admired the only foiled card in the pile. He said that he made a trade for that card just so the deck can be playable. We played a few rounds, and I found myself enjoying the game. Cards had appealing art, and I even won a few games due to the trigger mechanic. Drake was saying, yep, that's why I like Vanguard. That's why I hate it. Anytime I would win through twin driving 2 triggers or healing on my 6 damage. When he was ready to head home for the day, I went and cleaned up our play area and returned the cargo deck back to him. Drake handed it back to me and said, keep it, Jim. I'm just happy to finally play with someone. We get some more games in tomorrow. Sure, I'll see if I can upgrade this deck so that it functions a bit smoother. What are those things you told me to get first? Perfect cards, PGs. You're gonna need them? They're expensive. I had to use all my birthday money for a playset of Cocos. Cocos. I placed Drake's gifts inside my bag in one of my pouches and spent the rest of my shift browsing for signals online.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Relatable.
Relatable. At work, browsing for cards.
Get back to work, man.
I looked up Dragonic Overlord deck on Google, and when I went to look at the prices, I was pleasantly surprised that most of the commons and rares were extremely cheap. And then I sighed with a bit of anguish at how expensive Wyvern Barry and Dragonic Overlord at the end was. This is my story of my introduction to Cardfight Vanguard. So, yeah, Dragonic Overlord the end. That's a big jump. That's a big jump in Palo. Put it that way.
From Dragonic Overlord TD to the end.
Yes. That was actually funny enough. That was my jump too. I bought a Goku deck just before Set 5 got released back then. And then I'm looking at going, I'm gonna upgrade.
I think Barry in English back then was like what, $25?
It was a bit expensive. Yeah,
it was pretty hard to get.
PGs back then were generally even the Japanese side as well.
Yeah, definitely.
They were definitely one of the highlights of the deck. To this day, I still carry around the Dragonic Overlord that Drake gifted me all those years ago in whatever deck box I'm using in a tournament. It's sort of lucky charm. It's triple sleeved in a hard plastic case. It's not in mint condition, nor is it a special parallel copy. It's simply a reminder of how I got into the game I've enjoyed for over a decade. So yeah, it's a cool, wholesome story. Very nice to see. Like, it's I guess teachers playing card games. It's like like a thing, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you get into like a friendly environment, and then you never know, right? One thing, find out it's a game that you play for 10 years.
Yeah, it's really cool. So congratulations.
Thank you for the story.
Beat you 5, so triumphant return of brave heroes, right? So
oh yeah, such
as over the internet. Next we have is CCIBS, right? How I started actually playing Cardfight Vanguard was from an errand, was running an errand for my mom.
Okay.
I had to visit my aunt's place to pass her some souvenirs that my mom got for my relatives while she was abroad. So basically upon arriving, I greeted my aunt and uncle, then texted my cousin that I came over and I was waiting for her to get home. Uncle asked me if I wanted to watch some TV and I said sure. While he was switching between the channels to find a show that is suitable for me, she had spawned a cartoon and just left it on, which was Cardfight Vanguard. It was the episode where Kai taught Aichi how to play the game and challenged Morikawa to get back the card Blaster Blade that was taken from Aichi, which had me fired up. So that's like the first episode.
The first few ones.
Yeah.
Might be the very first.
At the end of the episode, I asked my uncle to check what the cartoon was called. Find out it was Cardfight Vanguard.
Cardfight Vanguard is a cartoon.
It's good. Yeah.
Anime, but it is.
Anime and cartoon is the same thing, right? Same thing, you know?
Yeah.
Out of knowing, so the following day, me and my sister dug out my entire piggy bank, literally all the coins that we saved up for a toy that we want to buy, any toy we want to buy, and we ran to the nearest store that I knew back then, which was Comics Connection. Boy, oh boy, the staff there was a nice guy named Eric, telling me that what's new and what's good for a starter like me. On the exact same day, I met a few people who were there to buy Vanguard booster packs as well. Upon counting the coins I had, I bought 2 booster boxes and an Aichi trial deck.
That's a lot of coins, just saying.
A lot of coins.
Booster boxes.
A lot of coins.
Okay.
They saved up a lot.
I was expecting packs, but that was very cool.
They saved up a lot, all right? Let's just put that
2 booster boxes, nice.
From then on, I've learned how to play the game and met many friends, which got me hooked on and played competitively. It really has changed my life, as now I'm proud to say that I've gotten to own my very own card shop.
Ooh.
I'm glad that I've gotten to chance upon Cardfight Vanguard, as it really has changed my life a lot. Meeting new friends locally and abroad, amazing experience and memories were definitely made. All right. Thank you, Bruce, and I hope Cardfight Vanguard will continue on with many more years to come. Starting our own card shop. Wow.
Wow. Piggy bank to a card shop.
Yeah,
that's a jump.
That's a big one. Yeah. So congratulations. C-Sibs, you win a BTO 5 box as well, right? And lastly, we have the last story here. This one is from Asteria, all right? And Asteria wins the last prize, which is the F-Zero box, right? And this is the story of how I accidentally opened an entire case of Date a Bullet Extra Booster. I started off buying just a few boxes, aiming high rarity cards, and missed. You know, just missed.
Happens. Yeah.
It happens, right? You know, it's a case.
It's a Kuji, right? You
basically.
By a bunch, you miss.
I bought more and missed again. Then some friends joined me, opening 3 more boxes and pulled the OFR.
Ooh.
So I convinced myself, there's still 2 SPs left. Surely I'll hit now. Turns out that's not how the story went. I kept opening box after box until my friends and I discovered the 2 SPs were in the last 3 boxes. I still missed the Zafkiel Krumi SP after all that by pulling Queen SP and the Choice Climax SP instead. 10 out of 10 experience would well like that again. So that is basically a story of how... I think we've done that. I think we've actually done that.
We've done
that with the whole life.
Yeah,
actually, we've done
that the whole life.
Yeah, that happened. So keep on, the SP is gonna come now, right? It's gonna keep.
Eventually it will, yeah.
And then it's always the last X booster.
It's like statistics will come back.
Around,
hopefully, fingers crossed. Knock wood.
Yeah, Asteria, congratulations! You do win an FGO box, so you can. That might be another whaling that will help you begin whale session. Right? So, that is all the winners that we chose. But there are 3 lucky draw winners as well.
Okay.
So these were randomly drawn, and then we randomly picked out the prize for you. So the winner of the BTO 5 box is Effortless One. The
Effortlessly won.
That's right. The winner of the BTO 6 box was Demiel or Demiel, right? And then the winner of the FGO box was 29 Azure. So congratulations to those three again, right? They will get in contact with you with the email that you provided, and from there on, yeah, that is all the winners that we have today. So congratulations to all that won. To those who didn't, thank you for submitting your stories. We read through all the stories. We spent basically a day. It's nice holidays right now. Spent the day just kind of reading through everything, and there were so many.
It was like reading the stories took some time, but picking the stories took a lot more.
That's right.
It was hours and hours of just picking one by one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you all for submitting the stories. Again, I just want to say, keep it going. 2023 is going to be a great year.
Yeah.
And you know, just from reading all the experiences, again, we have a great community, and we have a great community. We just go out there, like try out new things, go out of your shell, and you know one thing I want to say, you know, it's even though it's just card games, the real thing is it's those relationships that you build, right? The people that you meet, the experiences that you experience, those all will you'll take with you, right? You'll take with you, right?
The sleeves change, the decks change, but hey, the people that you meet, a lot of them stay the same.
Well, they change too, right? But, you know, well, they change too, but you know, if they stay the same, it's even better. Right?
Yes.
It's even better, right? But yeah, again, thank you, Bushra, as well for doing this giveaway. And look, it's the beginning of a new year, all right? So I hope you all have a good one, right? So
yeah. Let's celebrate the big new year. 2023 will be a great year ahead.
And not much else to say. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later, right?
Hit 9K this time.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, all good.
And guess what? If you're still watching this video, hey, your story is still continuing.
That's right.
See you next
later.
time.